Hey, what's going on, people? I'd like to welcome y'all back to another episode of Raw Brilliance. I'm your boy, Mansa J, here with my partner.
King, how you?
What's good, man? And right now, I ain't even going to do the introduction today. I'm going to let my boy do the introduction today, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so we got a special guest with us today, Vontay Galaxy, one of my personal artists. So you want to tell people about yourself?
What it do? It's your boy Vontay. It's Friday. It's kind of rainy outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Decay, 254. We here in San Marcos, Texas. Big J CBD. We doing it good. I'm privileged to be here. Thank y'all for having me and shit.
Hey, for sure.
Happy to be here, man.
Man, let's go. Well, let's just jump right into it, man. I like to give everybody a little background on all the artists that come on the show, you know what I mean? So they can get to know you more on a more personal level. So first, let's just start off with the basic stuff. Where you from? Your area? What was it like growing up? You know, childhood influences. Let's just start with that.
I got you. So, I'm from Killeen. I spent most of my life in Killeen, Texas.
Okay.
Military base, if you kind of don't know, my grandfather was in the military, so they moved around a little bit, but by the time my dad was about 10, they got stationed in Killeen and stayed there. My pops had me when he was 18. My mom was 17. Mom, same story, military family. They all happened to be at Fort Hood, so kids culminating kids, Spent most of my life Killeen, Willow Springs, West Side, West Up, Vest Up. We lived, my grandma still got the same house actually for like most of my life. Oh yeah, I don't know which one I'm talking to, my bad. For most of my life, it was like me, my grandma, my dad, my uncle, his two kids, and because I think I wasn't born yet, so yeah, two kids, my two little cousins, and his wife at the time, Jennifer. And then as I got to about I think 5th grade, my uncle opened up his own AC business, so that's when my uncle and them moved out. So it was me and my dad and my grandma and my aunt. And then I think, because my dad was always in healthcare, he was always an RN, but I don't know if I know too much about the healthcare industry. RN's kind of getting outdated a little bit. So you know what I'm saying? It's like as time got older, he found less work, so he eventually went to help my uncle with the fucking AC business. And then I think it was my 7th grade year, we moved out of my grandma's house. So my 7th grade year, we moved out. So we all still stayed about 10 minutes apart from each other. You know what I'm saying? So all still in Killeen. Was there until graduated from Ellison High School on Elm Street, down the street from the strip clubs. Super small ass school, bro. Oh God, it's so crazy to tell people that, 'cause it's just one long ass street. You start, it's the strip clubs and a little Sefco down at the end right there. You go 5 minutes, it's the high school. You go about 5-10 more minutes, it's a Walmart, you know what I'm saying? And then about 5-10 minutes, you're in the next city. So the city's bigger than that, but that's just a crazy fact about the high school being down the street from the strip clubs.
Where were you at again?
Killeen, Texas.
In Killeen, okay.
Yeah, so that's most of my growing up. I was in Montana my dad was married for 3 years, and we were in Great Falls, Montana.
Okay, that's what's up. What, who were the artists that you were up on the most coming up? You know what I mean? I know Killeen, I've been down there a little bit, so they influenced by Dallas a little bit, you know. It's kind of a little bit of everything, though. In Killeen, it's H-Town influence, and then you got the military, so they're coming from everywhere, you know. So it can be up in the air, really. Mm-hmm. But you coming up, who were you listening to? Not that, you want to rap like nothing, just that, as a kid, you was like, man, he it, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. Just so, and I ain't gonna lie, having young parents kind of influences a lot, bro. So my dad was born in 77, 79, so he kind of grew up in the 90s in general, you know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Keep in mind here, my uncle was 13 when I was born, so I'm growing up here in just UGK, Pimp C, Zero, No Limit, anything from Master P. I think Wayne was still with the Hot Boys at the time, so we just hearing most of that. Ironically, and cause my aunt, so she also lived with my grandma and stuff, but she was way more into pop too. So I'm also hearing that mixed with Britney Spears, Avril Lavigne, little shit like that, and then my mom just was a big Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu fan, so that's kind of what culminated me in my young life.
Yeah, it was a big little pot. I feel that. That's what's up. So, When did you start to get on this though, and like start trying to like get into it, if not take it serious?
Man, so I'll say this, like, I really wanted to do it young, and I feel like I dabbled. Like, I was in a musical when I was like in 6th grade and stuff like that. And
A musical?
yeah, like,
For real?
I was in a musical, and like I was in a musical in 6th grade.
The name of the musical was what?
Seussical. If y'all remember, it's like the Dr. Seuss play. Yeah, I did all that. I was just
Yeah.
my grandma. I can't lie. She's the one that always was pushing me to do extra stuff. Cause like my dad, being a young dad, say time period what that was in. He's like, you're not finna act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even though
for
he can see the potential and like things going to the future, he's like, my son's not finna go in no theater, not finna do all this leotard. You know how people was thinking back in the time
Yeah.
of theater and stuff like that. So
Especially in the 90s and stuff. yeah.
exactly, you know what I'm saying? He was like, no, he's not finna be no Ricky Martin, Shamor Moore looking up, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I remember one time they was having like, you know, they had them things going around where kids can come audition. And I was like, hey, Dad, can I go? Because I already did some shit at school. I was already singing because my mom would take me to church whenever she had me every other weekend. And then he was just like, he's like, I'm real with you, Tavon. That's not really something that can make us money. He's like, it's not really profitable. And he was just like, keep in mind, say, we all tall here. I was saying this. I was worried about our knees touching. We all over 6 foot. So, you know, you knew you was tall young. All your people knew, so they're like sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Keep in
yeah.
mind, my dad was 6'4", playing semi-pro ball in Montana for a couple years.
You are pretty tall though, huh?
Yeah.
How tall are you? Like 6'2"?
Yeah, I'm like 6'2", 6'3", so I'm like,
He's 6'3".
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm 6'4".
I'm like that tall. I'm a good tall. You know what I'm saying? So you get that height. It's like, nigga, you at least D2. You know what I'm saying? You 5th grade. Like, hey, son, if you do right, you can at least go to Texas State. You know what I'm saying, to play ball. But anyway, as I got older, I was always say, I didn't do no theater, nothing like that. Like after the 6th grade shit, cause that's when football kind of gets more serious around here in Texas. That's when you start playing for your school. And then so I took piano from like 9th grade. My grandma, she was like, hey, you should just do something to stay in that profession. So I took piano. And then the first semester of freshman year, like I would always be freestyling and rapping around the hallways. So one of my friends was like, hey bro, the choir teacher heard you. She wants to hear you sing. She's like, come try out. I was like, what the hell? I gotta, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So she comes, hears me, and she's like, she hears me sing. I sight read, cause I playing piano, so I kind of know how to sight read even with my voice. And she's like, okay, well, there's a freshman choir and a varsity men's choir. I'm like, okay. She's like, usually I put the freshman in the freshman choir because you didn't try out. I was like, okay. She's like, but your voice is really good. You naturally can sight read. I'm gonna put you in varsity already. That was only like, I think me and 3 other freshmen in varsity men's choir as freshmen. So like, naturally doing that, I always had a good voice, and then just rapping, man, just being in the gym, being in the boys' locker room, being in gym class, just like that old, the old Clips beat. Just,
I already know how that goes.
Yeah, so that's what you gonna do, bro, and just killing time, voice freestyle, and I was just like, really was just killing time, just having fun, you know what I'm saying? Then you realize you're good at something. That's how it really started. You'd be like, I'm kind of pretty decent at this, man. I'm better than a lot of y'all. And then like already liking music, it was just kind of like, it kind of already fit. But I always say, and even when I tell my little cousins, not even about music, but in life, you kind of always knew what you wanted to do. And you kind of always had your sights set to what you wanted. You already was who you was even before you get there. So I think I just, like that thing my dad said to me as a young kid kind of always stuck with me until just some really, I'll say tragic life something happened when like a lot of people turned on me, and I was like, bro, if I'm gonna be dead or in jail, I might as well at least try to do what I want.
I feel that. So, but the big question in the room though, can you hoop though now though?
Bro,
Like I was thinking about this the whole time. Like when everybody 6'2", 6'3", fam.
bro, get on this nigga ass, bro. Hey, set the date. We've been trying to hoop since like what, January?
Yes.
And he been coming up with all
I just started
time.
getting back out there.
Man, I ain't touched the ball, honestly, ever since my wings got clipped. You know, last time I touched the ball seriously was when I met you. Like, for real, for real. When me and you met.
That was years. fam.
Years, you right.
Oh, you trash now.
I'm horrible.
You
probably.
trash.
I
yeah.
probably what I tell you, I'm like, I ain't touched the ball in so long, I'm probably uncoordinated.
You
So-
used to be like one of the only ones up there at Texas State who could like actually mess me for like being
Competitiveness.
physical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you was the only one who would come up with me. Everybody else, after a few bumps here and there, like they just finna slide out the way and just get them little easy little layups and stuff. But yeah, If y'all ever want to, nah, you don't want to smoke, man.
I
Just
need
go on
to
to stay
smoke,
retired. Just go on to stay retired,
Nah,
man.
hey.
And like shit, it was a whole year for I hooped till like about a month ago. Then I got back out there. It feel good though to be back just working out again because being stuck in the house so long. So like, what was your routine last year with the whole music thing, or if anything was even moving at all during the year? You know, it was a hard year, so
It was,
for everybody.
man. So let me tell you how much 1 week can change a lot of shit. Are we cussing on here? I don't really know how much we cussing.
Are you good?
Okay, so like last year, what was it? March.
South by.
Yeah, March 15th, 2020. We were supposed to have a South by event. We was gonna have Lil Flip. We was gonna have OG Ron C. R.I.P. to Chucky Trill. We were gonna have Crystal Poppin'. We was gonna have
GC Garza.
We was gonna have a secret Paul Wall walkthrough in the back. We didn't get to tell nobody about it. We were supposed to be a surprise because we had to hook up.
It was a secret Paul Wall walkthrough.
Yeah, so Scratch House has 2 stages. We had booked it both stages all day. So we were gonna have video game tournament in the day in the front, and kind of like I think it was a panel if I'm correct in the back. And as the show was going on, we're gonna have the act start around 3, and then we were gonna have the main acts go on later. But so every year Paul Wall does a show at South by Southwest. He has all the OGs do them, but he has a couple he goes to. And at the venue they have a rapport with him. So he was like, they wanted to do a show. Pretty much he wanted to post the show without having to pay for it, and just he wanted to get like 2 or 3 of his people on. So we had a hook up to where instead of him renting out the show and having to pretty much book an events person, we're like, hey, we won't give you half the day. We'll give you and your 2 artist slots at the end. You just tell people and promote our show. So the plan was for him to tell people the day of. You know what I'm saying? We already worked everything out. So he was gonna have a secret show in the back, or we already had like OG Ron C and Chucky Chill going on in the front. So
DJ Michael Watts.
DJ Michael Watts. So we had a whole set list finna happen so I think it was the 3rd when they canceled the official South by. Mm-hmm. So it was like, damn, we called the dude like, hey, the venue's still good. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go push it on. You know, at this point in Austin,
There was pressure on us too, though.
mm-hmm, they was like, y'all need to close it down. Y'all don't need to do this. The other people was like, well, we already are down here. Some people had already booked flights. You know what I'm saying? This thing is Chucky Trill, Lil Flip, and all. They were still down to come. They was like, fuck, we gonna get this whole turn. Cause really, until probably the past decade, a lot of people wasn't coming to South by Southwest. They was, but they wasn't like. It was like, okay, it was like an Austin thing, then a Texas thing, then a U.S. thing, then a worldly thing. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, we're like, okay, it's probably going to be a Texas thing, people from Texas coming in. So he was ready, and then I think it was the 15th, they shut everything down. So he was like, damn, we can't make no money. We had already planned to make like maybe 75% of what we were going to make. We were like, we're still going to put it on, things still going to come through. And it was kind of more about, we was going to make the profit regardless, but it's more about putting it out there, having people have that good time, making sure everyone gets to perform, like, and even putting our name out there at the time. Yeah. But I say our show was supposed to be the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. I think it was.
Yeah, Lil Flip was having his album release party.
Yeah, it was an anniversary of the Leprechaun album too. Was Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leprechaun. And so the 15th, the city was like, hey, you gotta shut shit. My fucking mustache keeps getting in my fucking mouth. I'm just
you
like,
was going
damn.
at it. I knew.
I was like, damn.
I ain't seen that though.
That boy got that Spaniard going on.
Yeah, he was trying to twist it, get evil smiles in it.
But yeah, so the 15th it got shut down. I had to talk to the venue promoter. His pretty much hands was tied. He couldn't do nothing. So literally a whole week after that happened, we was like, damn, we didn't know what we was gonna do. We was already out $5K. Because I was like, if it had just happened a week later, like legit on a week different timeline, we all would have been like pockets full, had a good show, pictures, more connections. And honestly, we probably would have been one of the only shows going on because there was only like a dozen shows, I think, still going on at this time for like that whole week period. Like, doing hip. I mean,
this would have been an iconic period.
Because there wasn't that many hip hop shows being planned that much in that time, just for like local Austin people. Because and South by is going to be like, okay, you want to open for, I mean, who's a artist right now? Erica Banks, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's pretty high profile. She's not A-list yet, but like, if you was on TikTok, we all know what she did this past year. It's like, okay, to open for Erica Banks for 5 minutes at 2 p.m. when she goes on at 10, it's $500. Bro, how you did that, it's like, and that's even me lowballing. That's people like cutting you a deal. But we wasn't trying to do that. We was trying to show love to artists while helping everyone else connect, while bringing them like real connections, not just know, oh yeah, this dude did one thing back in 1975 and yada, yada, yada. We was bringing people that like had been in the game, was still doing stuff in the game, still coming up, having every level.
Setting up EPKs.
panels and all that. But it was just like, so and that didn't happen. Not to get too long-winded to your question, but I have the group Oho. We had already planned to drop a tape, so we had dropped that one. We put out the visual, but then I think the first 2 months, man, I was just trying to kind of figure out what was going on, and I think I was kind of getting a little down because I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Like, people had stopped recording, like engineers all stand still. He had hit me up because we had been chilling this whole time, but it's kind of like it's kind of hard to chill with King IU. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He got a hard schedule. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like my schedule's difficult. Like we live 40 minutes apart, so it's just like he's like, hey man, I got some more time available. My new job setting up, so we started going over to his crib just
every day.
Yeah, I was gonna be like probably 6 days a week at one point. I think at the height of it, it was like 6 days a week. I would I hope my job don't see this until I'm famous, but I'll be working from home. So like I'll take my laptop to his crib and we just be cooking up. He'll be making beats. I'll be like making a song. You know what I'm saying? Just while I'm working. Sometimes I'll be gone a little too long. I got a meeting. I'll go to his living room. You know what I'm saying? Just hey, by any means, man. Just so that's what happened. That's how we got to the second stimmy that we had dropped in November. That was 2 of his songs, and then 2. One was Badgers, and then one was Laws, and then we just been keep working. We got the third stimmy finna drop later this month, and so we just been keeping to it, man. Just trying to build that portfolio.
Yeah, for sure.
And you got the video.
Oh yeah, we got the video. I'm shooting 3 videos this month actually. I just realized that I'm shooting a video tomorrow with Joni for a song we did with.
Where it's gonna be in Austin?
It was gonna be in Houston. This one's gonna be in Houston. Yeah, this one's gonna be in Houston. I got Houston tomorrow. Then we actually going back to Houston next week to shoot one of me and his songs off the project with Noble. And then I got a video in Austin with J Mac the Dragon on the 30th that we're filming with Dan 2L. So actually, I just realized that yesterday. I have like 3 videos going on this month, and I was like surprisingly. I was
Own
like,
it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like, but I think it's like repetition, man. Once you just keep, and you don't ever notice it at once, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to keep building that hoe up.
Is that like the next step is going like putting your actual vision out there with so many visuals and stuff like that? Just start pumping them out?
Content.
To start bringing in more fans? What the goal is? Like, what's your goal for 2021?
Man, say more. As he was saying, like more content, more music, and I think I got something to prove this year, man. Just like I feel like one thing I've always known that anything I do is I'm a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? Like any coach, any teacher, anything I'm gonna do, like I'm usually naturally good at anything I do, and if I'm not, I work my ass off until I'm really fucking good at it.
You gotta have a chip on your shoulder in this thing, man. There's a lot of hungry people out here that want it. You gotta have that little extra oomph, you know what I mean, just to break through sometimes. So yeah, I respect that 100, man. Like I'm trying to excuse me. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of projects and shit, man, like this year, and it's just so much going on. Trying to get this popped off with my boy, you know, and just other things that I got going on. And I know, like, especially in Austin, everybody's trying to produce content. So it's like you gotta have that extra fire, that extra want, like, but also working like with a purpose, you feel me? Like actually doing stuff that actually matter, making each second count, you know? So is that something that you're like trying to do, like hone in the business side of things too?
Here you go, brother, man. Appreciate it. So I think for me, being so, I guess, wide-versed and well-versed, sometimes I'll, get a little sporadic or I'll kind of deviate from some points. So what I'm trying to be focused on is putting out short projects, you know what I'm saying? So I can focus on like a topic or a feeling, because I feel like, being an artist, let's say up and coming, people ain't gonna listen to 10 songs from you. Each song's 2.5 minutes. You want to put an interlude in there. People want to hear a skit. It's like I'm just trying to make sure I can stay on point with my stuff. So it's like we got one top, like the third stimmy is supposed to be all about like, good feelings, good things coming your way, like how you feel when you got that money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like we work on a project now that's kind of like called Scout Team Dream. It's kind of about like having that chip on your shoulder. Like we've obviously all played sports. I'm sure a lot of your audience has too. We've all played scout team. It's like, dang, you can't even be on second string. They putting you on the scout team just to run against the first string. It's like, dang. So like in football, you ever did that? Like when I made varsity my sophomore year, they had me on scout team in the summer. And I was just like, just scout team dream, just like trying to get in, trying to make it diversity. So it's kind of like going back to having a chip on your shoulder while having to like outwork everybody. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to like hone in on like real specific topics, like different types of flows for each thing. And then as we keep building on and just keep building my portfolio, start working up and building the traction with the audience.
I feel that. By like a deeper flow, what do you mean? Like more conscious, or like just in your pocket, or is it just overall?
Versatile.
Yes, a versatile. I don't want to say conscious because I feel like gets a really awkward connotation now in hip hop. I just want to say like not wasting a bar. You know what I'm saying? Like not being like oh that bar was cool. I'm just gonna say something to fill it out right here to get onto this next bar. Trying to make sure everything like means something, even if something means like we took a left down the street. Like okay, like you heard what the story was, and that's not even got to be like saying a conscious storytelling, like trying to be Nas type thing. It's just like I'm trying to make sure like everything means something that has a point to the story.
I feel that. Like, well, let me ask you this: do you feel like with the times that we're in right now, do you feel a responsibility in your music to putting certain messages in there, or do you just feel like, you know, my music is my music and I just want to express whatever I'm expressing, you know, if I want to party, or however it is, you know, how do you think about that, like on a deeper level? Do you feel rappers in general, not just you feel me, artists, producers, you know, painters, do you feel our community, I'm in TV and stuff like that as well, and write and stuff, and a lot of times I do feel that responsibility, you know, like when I'm writing a certain scene or something like that, it's like I'm really thinking like, how is this going to look when my nieces and nephews watch it, you feel me? So I always feel that, and I know other people do too, but some don't. So just you, do you feel like you or the culture in general should take more of a responsibility? You feel?
Responsibility, maybe a little bit. I think it's more of a conscious decision, and it's like kind of choosing which battles, like which time is for which battles. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like you do film, like you probably made many films that have like tragedy and stuff like that. But me and my girl was watching, y'all seen that new Joey Badass Netflix thing? Pretty much, let's just leave it.
I understand what you're talking about.
It's like, you know, sometimes everything doesn't need to have like a harsh point. Like, why can't we have, and let's just say black film for instance, why can't we ever have a movie where there is no trauma, where there is no like underlying bad thing? Like, and yes, we can go deeper, like, oh yes, because we know that's how life is, but you know, like film and cinema and music is about sometimes escapism, not all the time, you know what I'm saying? But like sometimes you have to have just like a feel-good movie, you know what I'm saying? Like why in some movies, like on the wide side, can we have like Wedding Crashers and, you know, 13 Going on 30 or 50 First Dates, you know what I'm saying? Movies that really don't have to have too much, or 50 First Dates isn't the best, that's a brain tumor or whatever.
Version.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why can't there be movies that are just, you know, feel good? So we already know all the trauma going on around us every day. So for like a certain 2.5 hours, why can't we watch something that takes our mind off it, that yes, may never happen, and like it's such a far off fallacy, but like for those 2.5 hours, why can't we believe that in the cinema? And then in music, kind of going what I'm doing, like going back to taking like the short projects approach, like okay, like some projects I'm gonna talk about turning up, that's the point of this project, like that's my mind state. This one's about being happy, trying to overcome stuff. This one's about like just rapping my ass off for the fun of it, you know what I'm saying? Like a backpack rapping. So I feel like it is our responsibility, but it doesn't have to be such a constant thing. It's about a conscious decision to know, for one, what you're doing and what the purpose is, what the purpose of it is for.
I feel that, yeah. So it's like it's more of a moment thing. I was like saying, you know what I mean? It's like in the moment, I'm feeling this type of way right now. I'm making this for this crowd of people or this situation. You know, it's a time and a place for everything type deal. You feel me? Like, yeah, I feel that. But what did you see? Like, y'all two work together. What do you see when you working, you know, with them, like in this process and, you know, everything like that? Hop on there.
Let me see.
Grab the mic, sir.
Appreciate
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Yeah. So pretty much when we work together, let me turn my gain up. when we work together, I'm always trying to push him to always, I guess, expound on his skill, because he's very talented as far as like being able to freestyle and things of that nature. So I'm like, hey, bro, put more content to it, or let's go this direction, or we need more hype stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, like, I feel like my job, 'cause I don't just look at myself as a producer, I do A&R too. So I'm always thinking, like, how can I develop his catalog? You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a lot of different things with, all the other different groups that he's in and everything else, where I'm like, how can you expound a little further where it's going to either, be transparent in those arenas as well. So it's always just about growth. So you can look back 5 years, 10 years from now and be like, hey, man, remember when I ain't had shit? Now I got shit. With all them years of, planning and, constantly just honing your skills, it's going to pay off. Eventually it's going to pay off. Like the third stimmy, I think the third stimmy is going to be something that everybody's going to be like, oh, man, it feel good. But, like, after the third stimmy, just expect something big from us, like, for real.
Big facts.
Sure.
Like, nothing like the other shit.
That's what's up. Hey,
You'll see the growth, like, within a year. So from all the COVID, we've been working, bro. We've been working.
I know, like, you tell me pretty much every time I ask you about who you hearing or who you working with or whatever, he always comes up. So, like, I know y'all been in the lab, feel me? I know he been in the lab, so I've been waiting on y'all to put out, more shit, and shit like that. Let's get this shit going, man. Like, cause y'all both talented, a motherfucker. I tell you all the time, like, your beats be fired in the mud. Like, let's go. It's 2021, my G. Like, there's no more waiting though, G. Let's go. Chase dreams, make that shit reality, my boy. It ain't gonna happen without that work. But if y'all putting in that work, it's gonna come. It's only a moment of time. Just keep on staying consistent. But y'all already know that, man. Like, I can tell you got a head on your shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, you be thinking. But that's to take it back to, Colleen or whatever. What's the scene like there as far as music and hip hop and stuff? Is anything coming out? Or you seeing is it movement down there? What's up?
Man, so it's like there's some patches, and it's crazy because it's kind of like every kind of age group kind of got their rappers. Like, I grew up and, like, there wasn't really too many people. There was a couple people like Lil Hood, JT the Pyrexican, and that was, like, say, kind of the hood rappers and stuff like that. But it's really kind of like there's Cam Greenlake coming out right now with, like, D-Boy. I mean, that's what we call him as the homie. My bad, Dan Digi. You know what I'm saying? You get so used to calling people from, like, their high school names and stuff like that. But yeah. But and there's a couple young dudes coming out. But it's the one thing that's always been weird, man, is there's not really been a sound. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of goes the same thing for Austin too. But it's like, Houston, you got like the Chopped and Screwed. You know what I'm saying? Dallas kind of always been known for more like the dance music, a little bit more the crunk music. Colleen is like, you gonna have, it's kind of 50-50 split. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like you gonna have like half hood music. You know what I'm saying? Half D-boy music, and you gonna have like half backpack rappers. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like the God honest truth I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have people that's like been there, like fam been there for a couple generations like mine, and you're going to have people who's like military, who's going to be there for a couple years, or, maybe they was military, but they've been there since 6th grade because they people got out that way. So it's just like.
I feel that. It's I see a lot of talent though, man. Like, right now, we, in San Marcos right now, but I live in Austin, so it's my dude over, we all down there for the most part, but we see like the talent that's bubbling like around though, like even in surrounding cities of Austin is what I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? But it's, and Austin too, and I'm just really ready for it to get like really pop. 'Cause I know it's gonna happen. It's like, every not major city, but yeah, every major city in Texas, because you only gonna really think of 4 when you think about Texas for the most part: Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin. you know, and then in the back you like Galveston and all that type
Oh
of
yeah,
stuff.
but that's you gotta like be from Texas to like know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Because like where I'm from, don't nobody know what Somerville is. So it's like you might know because you from Killeen and they got the lake there in Somerville. It's probably like I don't know, like an hour and a half from Killeen, maybe.
I think so about that.
Yeah, so Somerville Lakeside, shout out, you know, my peeps, you know what I mean?
Gotta let them know.
Yeah, country boy for real. But yeah, man, that's I did want to say one thing though before we go further, man. Like we ain't really jumped on here since X passed, you know what I mean? So you know, gotta say a salute to the dog. There's no way we can sit here and talk about hip hop and not acknowledge that dude, that man. You know, rest easy. Yeah, I'm gonna drink one for that.
For real.
Yeah, man, but that was tragic. But I don't know. So as we sitting here drinking and everything, and you getting ready to go to Houston, are you going down there? Are you still going tonight? Or are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going tonight still.
Okay, and you shooting the music video. Which track is that too?
So it's the one that we haven't released yet. It's me and Joni Fields. It's called Pop Out. It's made and it's engineered and produced by Bots in Houston. He recorded with like Pimp C. I forgot the exact track,
And
but a
Maya.
couple of them. Yeah, and Maya and a lot.
Man, Google.
Yeah, I was like Wikipedia this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Well, not you
Salute
specifically.
my boy
but
Bots.
y'all
Hey.
Wikipedia this man.
That's my boy. He the big goat for real.
But yeah, we got the hookup from one of his other managers was our manager. I'm a little tipsy right now. Our manager, well, my manager, you know what I'm saying?
Gibbs.
Yeah, his dad used to
Bobby
know.
Hustle.
Bobby Hustle used to know Botson back in the day, and so they allowed us to go in there. You know, he usually charges people, you know, upwards of like 10, 20 grand, and he just kind of helped us out a little bit. Still in the process, like coming up, showing us the game. He's still charging us. Let me not say that like he ain't charging us. Still, we still paying money to go out there because shit, time costs money and all this stuff. But he's showing us the ropes, and so the next track we got. You know, he allowed us to go out there, record in his studio. He made the beat in front of us. We wanted to make sure he got a good video. You know what I'm saying? Like the full process.
Hey, since we talking about Bots, anybody who don't know Bots, you might want to go Google him, follow him on Clubhouse or IG or whatever else. Because, you know what I'm saying, he probably one of the only GOATs for real that's going to, you know, be genuine and, you know, keep it 100 with you. I mean, I know what I know, but, you know what I'm saying, I learned a lot of shit from him and a lot of people got on all that. So, you need, you know what I'm saying, some pointers, and, you know what I'm saying, songwriting, singing, and all that stuff, bro. Call Bots. For real.
Big fact, not just on beats, especially on the songwriting. He has sat down with us sometimes and just like helped us write a song. Definitely helped me even figuring out like the song process, the song pattern, how to make sure it's like going back and making sure your concept is good, the bars are making sure it fits. He'll tell you to take it too. He's not going to be like some of these young engineers and be like, oh, that sounds cool. He gonna be like, nah, bro, like do it again. Take what's worth. He gonna be real with you. He gonna be helpful. He gonna motivate. He gonna motivate you. He gonna motivate you. I don't know if it's you know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to Boss, man. It's just for everything. We got the video we're gonna shoot tomorrow, and then next week it's gonna be our video for right now. The first track, I think we're gonna call it Smile. I think we're gonna call it Smile.
I'm trying to. I stepped off to the side real quick to check that thing real quick. If y'all wondering, you know, where I just stepped off to this video too. But yeah, man, that's what's up, though. I'm glad you came on, man. Vontay Galaxy. You've been trying to talk to you. Well, he's been talking to you, but I guess talking to me about it, I should say, for a little minute now. I'm glad we're finally got to get you on here. And then we haven't even done this, me and you. It's been a few weeks, you know what I mean? I guess some episodes of the backside, but yeah, we had to find, you know, like places to actually do it and stuff. So that was technical difficulties and stuff like that. We apologize, but it's going to be, you know, back on regular. I stacked some up and yeah, so we started back today. It's the 15th.
Yes, sir.
So this coming out, it'll but we dropped the AJ regular today. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot more, you know. And we got some treats on too, man. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Hey, let's get it, man. Let's get it.
You ready?
Man, I'm in.
See y'all quiet over there and stuff. Like, come on.
You doing the Birdman hand?
We'll turn it up to the money here, man. But yeah, let's jump off into another thing I want to try or whatever. You know, some recent topics and stuff. So I want to pick your brain on some stuff. You know what I mean? Just see where it takes us. You know, this is. I'm gonna throw you out. You know, I'm see if you go get it. If you go get it, then we good, right? Cool. But yeah, so. What's going on in the news today? We're already talking about X. That's just piece one once again. You know what I mean? Everything that's going on with the trial and everything going on. Do you think anything right? What you think? I'm not even going. We ain't even going. Unleash them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask you,
man. I'm not surprised they already got indicted and charges already filed with the latest show. Don't take my break. I'm not surprised, but it's like I forgot. It's just like when it comes to the decisions, like when it comes to we care about the family, we kind of care about justice. Like, do you want the family to get money from the city, or do you want the cops to get justice? Like maybe them get 3 months probation. It's just like until someone really gets the sentencing. And they really let go about it, and it's like it's an actual manslaughter case. I really don't think nothing's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't, we're just gonna be watching for speed until we really just do something about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm really.
What you want to say, bro?
I'm just tired, bro. I'm just tired. You know? Honestly, I don't think nothing's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the bare minimum. I mean, like you said, what the family get money from the city or what from the state, they still taking out of that, you know, for everybody's taxes. But you still paying taxes on this idiot going to fucking jail. And then they get a license. They still chilling. They come out. They, you know what I'm saying? Some of them may lose their things and all that, but it just ain't good enough for me. It don't be good enough.
I feel you, bro. Like, I really brought this topic up because it's like, I feel like it's like so polarized as it should be, but I'm just like, I don't think nothing really is they're gonna find some way to just like, you know, abandon it on this shit and move on. Like, at the end of the day, all the work is, I don't know, in my head, there's something like this, and I think something else is going on in the background that they let this get out, like, to this point. So, like, it might be I don't know, bro. But I'm sad for the families always, man, and I just wish them the best in this situation, but I really don't feel like true justice, like them getting like some life in jail or some shit. It's not gonna happen, bro.
And this is,
they like 17, bro. And we got like 2 or 3. Like,
it's almost like we asking the justice to be, if that's the last one, everything else should stop after that. That almost would be like, okay, well, this is justice. We're going to change our mentality and make sure we do the right thing. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not real, bro. It sounds good, but it's not real, bro. You know what I'm saying? We literally are fighting a mentality. It's like we grow up, and it's like how people ask that question when you first apply for a job, right? Do you think people are innately good or innately bad? You know what I'm saying? They ask you that shit. You had to say yes. People are innately good. If you say no, they do not give you that job.
True. I'm not arguing, man.
And that's kind of stupid that you even getting asked that question for a job. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, dealing with this shit, not everybody, we're dealing with the black experience, 21, 20, every day, it's like, it gets old, bro. Yeah. It's like, you got some people who just ask, because it's like, you might be the only person that's black that they have seen, man, it's kind of crazy what's going on. I had somebody do that to me one time, I'm like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Just trying to pick your brain about situations.
Yeah, but it's like, you don't know if it's genuine, or if you don't know if somebody's really just being racist about some shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you constantly got your defenses up about everything after a while. Especially if you've been a victim. I've been a victim, so it's like, bro,
here's where I'm at, like, I'm reading this book right now. Well, I already read it, but I just finished it. It's called Devil in the World, right? It's about like a small town in North Florida and shit. Like, corrupt Florida, corrupt sheriff and shit, wrongly, not even wrongly convicted, just picked some black boys or whatever. It's just like, y'all boys out here. You know what I mean? And you know how I go. Everybody's read stories and shit like that. All this can happen. And while I'm reading this, I'm looking at the dates and shit, and I'm just like, bro, this is like my grandpa and shit. Like, everybody say like it's better, which of course it is. When you read shit like that and know about things like that, or have grandparents or some shit, like, you know what was happening back then type shit. It's not that long ago. And I'm just trying to say this shit like, everybody talking about this shit, but until like some real, like we really, it ain't even no kumbaya shit, but like really get some structure wrong and can really actually fight them on the level of like financial power and having influence and shit, like real influence. I'm not talking about somebody being on TV or some shit and they got a name. That don't pull real strings. I'm talking about it's a long history, and until we have that infrastructure and shit, it's gonna be what it is right now. It's tapering off, yeah, sure. It's gradually taking steps. We get stronger as a human, starting to get more seen and all that type of shit. But it's tapering off. It's like we not that far from moving from devil in the world. Like we not that far removed. It's gonna be 50, 60 years. That's it. It's just gonna take time, bro. But right now, that shit's sad. Like I'm tired of watching videos about that shit. Like on some real shit. But anyway, that's going to another topic about YouTube he was kind of being timid.
We see it for you. This is a conversation, so.
Let's go all the way from there. Who you ride with, though, this shit?
As far as...
playoffs. Just take it. The shit going crazy right now. We got like 4 or 5 teams. And so we really got 4 or 5 choices. I want to know who you got. Do you even watch basketball now?
So, I'm very good. I didn't get into basketball like out of high school. I play football as my main sport, so I've just gotten into basketball like probably the past, say like 4 or 5 years. So like I'm not going to go like, oh yeah, bro, I'm watching. I'm not going to say I have the Twitter YouTube. Cowboys. Obviously. Like,
it's a hard fucking journey, bro. Oh, yeah. I can't even deal with it. Hey, man, I'm making faces. I'm discussing with myself. You don't gotta really rub in my face. What do you want from me?
We can get a high. We just want like 3 championships in a row. Good.
Ever since I was a kid, I've known nothing but failure from him. That's it.
That's why
I don't remember the championships and shit. Like,
that's why I'm not against that. I would never be. Can't. It's Packers.
The whole team, baby. The whole team.
I think about Packers like that.
just trying to stand out. And like, I ain't trying to fuck with the
Fuck the Bears. Fuck the front office. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
So, what you think about your boy Aaron Rodgers and that whole organization right now about what's going on and what they doing here?
Honestly, I can't give you a personal opinion because I ain't heard shit. I be at work at odd hours. So, I ain't heard nothing what's going on.
They trying to retire that man early, bro. They trying to say he washed up.
No, see.
He got MVP this year, didn't he? Or like, did Aaron Rodgers get MVP this year? No, it wasn't.
No, you must
And Rodgers still trying to get that new contract or whatever, like extension or whatever. I don't think they signed it or whatever, but he on that show right now. What's the name of it?
Not Price, right? It might be Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. He's the host. They got to try. It was pretty decent. I saw him last week. It wasn't the worst thing ever.
They trying to get them in.
It wasn't the worst thing ever.
It wasn't the best either, though. It was like
His agent made it.
it was cool, but they were showing it on ESPN like he was just doing terrific. So I'm tuning in, I'm like, man, let me go check that out. All the buster out. I go look up like this shit. It's like, okay.
You know, I think Brett Favre would have been better. But you gotta have something that can talk better. Even guys on the show. Like Shannon Sharp would have been really good on that show. He can keep the conversation going. You gotta have
You know what I mean?
That's why Steve Harvey did it family too. You gotta have something that's kind of witty on the ball. With Aaron Rodgers, kind of got almost like spoon feeding them jokes.
But you gotta get that naturally. You know, that's what like people bring you. Period. We just are just funny. So I mean, come on, man. Like, think about all the ages you can think of that are black. They all got their own personality, even stiff ass Steve.
That's true. They got their own show after the fact. I got the talk show in the morning. I got my own radio show. And I got my own night show. You can talk too fucking much. I like that. So you can say.
That's Aaron Rodgers, he got it, though. I just he's not a wrong pick the bag up and take off with it. He wasn't even playing with him. That's what did the Cowboys do for you, though. Like that name, they bring the trash a lot of times, but that name is hell away.
They were the Hollywood team, bro. Like, I don't want to win really there. Like, winning there is kind of like winning the Lakers. Like, you kind of win in like one of those profitable teams. Like, and like, you got to be
the sports team in the world. That's including soccer teams.
The most recognized brand. Like,
the world loves soccer. In the United States might not that much, but the world, you got more money than ever. Yo, Ronaldo lived crazy, bro. His bag's stupid.
I ain't even seen his house.
That dude say, I give my girl $1 million a month just to spend. That's yours. It's a little stipend for being with me.
It's just a little real.
It was something like this, something crazy like $1 million at the least $500, which is still, you even got used to it? Like, y'all ain't married. Yeah. Alright, cool. Man. But, as we start to wind this down or whatever, I'm going to jump back into the music real quick, and I'm going to find out, your real list. Is it going to be your all-time list, or it could be your current list? I'm going to let you choose, but you gotta tell us which list it's going to be before you spit it. I need your top 5 hip-hop overall, all-time, or your top 5 right now that you got in the deck when you ride into. Nah, scratch that, man. That's too easy. I'm gonna start off with the top 5 all time.
All time. So Lil Wayne, obviously, man. I gotta go Jay-Z and Snoop Dogg. I feel like they're the representation from each coast. 4, really want to say Juicy J got to be in there too.
Who?
Juicy J.
Your top 5 all time?
All time, bro. Juicy J.
I respect it.
Like, really think
I respect it.
Like, really think about Juicy J. Like, 3 6 Miles can get sampled for every game after the beats too. Like, he's still going hard. Juicy J can drop a song today. He was gonna play that. That shit was making too pretty because he was a DJ. He made that beat, so it's like really. Remember for a while, I'll get back to this in a second. Like, I think it was November when they was like talking about hypothetical verses. They was talking about Juicy J and Pharrell. Now, the common person don't think Pharrell got Juicy J beat like that. But if you really think about it, Juicy got hits. He produced for like A$AP Rocky, Wiz, all of the 6 Mafia, a lot of people, bro. Juicy was
he on the production side, like yeah, it's like you gotta respect that voice. Even on the rapping side too, but top 5 rappers though.
Top 5, bro. Like, it's because. To me, I go back. It's not about like being lyricist or being conscious. Sometimes it's about doing what you do better than everybody else. And I feel like he just personified that. Like, if a white parent wouldn't like a rapper, but let's talk about just sex and drugs and money, it would legit be Juicy J. But I just think he's great, bro. Like, he's just dope. And then one more. Even though I'm going to do this, still going to private players, I think Drake, bro. Like, Drake, I really think so, bro. Like, it might have to. The only person that might give him a run is Andre. But the only non people going to say, of course, he was in the group. But, like, I think, like, one thing people forget about the top 5 all the time, bro. We can talk about, if they was rapping like Tribe, and you can talk about lyrics, but it's like, did they have hits? It's like,
he's really hits, but you don't even really view Drake as just a rapper, no. He's Drake. Like, it's hip hop and it's Drake. He over here in this little gray area right here.
He's really, bro, he's like Jamie Foxx, bro. He's in his own category. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
That's a good comparison.
It's really bro, but he's acting like that's why Wayne was top 5 on that from that's just a long comment. But if you really think about it, bro, Wayne took the smartest and biggest chance on Drake. He was like this because if you really think about it, Drake and Selena Gomez kind of the same category. At the time, it was both on like Drake was on the Degrassi Teen, but they wouldn't call it they were on Canadian Network. Selena Gomez was on the channel that was rapping and they were singing, entertaining, and they was acting. And like we've seen what Selena's kind of done. We saw Lil Wayne and comparing Cole to Drake. Like Cole got signed by Jay-Z on some coach shit. Drake got picked up by the hottest nigga ever when he was the hottest nigga ever, and just let him go wild.
Wayne will put, like, his influence on the game is so crazy. He's like your favorite singer. He definitely goes to that. If you don't anybody top 5, you cannot argue with him. Like, all right, yeah, I see that. To take Drake, because they saw what he was doing, though. He was trying to be a rock star back then. You feel me? He was trying to do the rock and trying to do all that tour, but that's why his swag is like that. You see how he cut his locks and stuff like that. He a rock star for some of the type of deal. Like, that's a little way. You feel me? From childhood, rapper to that.
He's hip-hop Michael Jackson, bro. Like, he's hip-hop Michael Jackson. Like, from having a young group, like Jackson 5, had the Hot Boys, he was a star, to bling bling. He's literally, he's everything, bro. Like, that's hip-hop. That's Lil Wayne. Like, same way Drake is Drake, Lil Wayne. For every, like, 110 Drake gets, 10 of them points also go to Lil Wayne.
But it's like, it don't matter how big Drake get, he can never son Lil Wayne. You feel me? So Wayne will always be the big homie because he's still that dude. You feel me? And then he Wayne. So it don't matter how big Drake get. It's like, that's a big bro. That's why he hear him always shouting around. He know what Wayne did for him. Like, he know just being attached to him. Like, don't get it twisted. Drake put in his work. You feel me? He did what he had to do, but he watched from the masters this shit. Wayne been in this shit for what?
Since what, 95, 96?
Bro, you would hear, like, even when Pimp C was on, like, his actual songs, they were talking about playing Lil Wayne. Like, everyone's like,
It's 2021. And he's relevant and still giving you bars. That's a master at his craft, bro. That is the true master.
Hey, but he just different too, though. Because, I mean, he also was just good at school. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. He went back to school and got a motherfucking degree. Like, I mean, he didn't just rap. Motherfucker made some of this stuff and he was all going to use my mind. And yeah, you know, we talk about Wayne and all the lean and shit, but that nigga's not no idiot, bro. That never played himself. That motherfucker's very educated.
and plus, like he said, take two. Like, one thing I think about too, if there's Wayne, like hits Wayne, Drake Wayne, but let's not forget mixtape Wayne, bro. They was playing his remixes of other people's songs on the radio. On the radio, bro. That's how hard Lil Wayne was, nigga. The mic drop on some Wayne shit. But yeah, on God, bro. I remember I went to a football camp in Killeen. Hold up, like I think it's the wrong way.
It's cool. We over here live.
It's
Raw Brilliance, really raw. It's raw, it's all filtered. Nah, it's cool, bro.
that boy got the Freddie Mercury going on.
I ain't even playing It's about time to wrap up anyway. The rest of the way. But I still didn't even. I need to know your vibe right now that you ride around listening to. Drake in there, so we already got one. Like Wayne, he's still relevant, bro.
He ain't like top five, right? Like he top five, go to the top five right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Jay-Z's still top five, go to like. I mean, I still like Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I feel like really debating probably one of the hardest things to come out recently. If we're gonna be real about niggas like being a good rapper and know how to work the gimmick really well, or like the baby really well. Who else is going on, man? I feel like I still like Gunna work a little bit.
But he ain't had shit out all year. I've been saying that every day now. I'm tired of me saying this shit.
Who else is going to for our I'm trying to think of playing. I'm going to look at my phone. Benny the Butcher, I've been playing that. 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz is really underrated too.
Like sneaky good, like a sneaky legend. You know what I mean? Like almost there.
And then I ain't gonna lie, Sauce Walker. That boy Sauce Walker goes stupid. I'm mad. All the time Sauce doing. Boy, he dropped 4 tapes like in 2 days last week. All go hard.
No, for real.
Like I'm not gonna. I did not skip one track on the Sauce Walker project, bro. That nigga, like.
He different.
That's one thing I ain't gonna lie. I hope that's one dude that really gets his credit like nationwide in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because all Texas, you can listen to any like up and coming Texas rapper, you definitely hear the Sauce. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because you can definitely tell Sauce. Because really all his flows he made, I really ain't heard no one before Sauce Walker rap like Sauce Walker. You know what I'm saying? You can hear all shit. I even got a couple Sauce Walker-ish type flows. You know what I'm saying?
Saucy. I started listening to him probably about like 3 years ago, bro. And I was like pleasantly surprised. Like he really go. He really go. Like for real.
Man, when I first moved here, that's the first nigga that I was like, oh, I was hunt that. You know, so this is why essentially met, you know, Fat keep up, everybody else, right? Man, Fat must put that shit on. Like, damn, like, what the fuck is this? I kept asking for days. Like, oh, what's that one song? I forgot what was the song. Bro,
I bet you it was too. That's the shit.
Bro, I put it on my snap. My brother did it. He was like, bro, what's the name of that song? That shit. Then before you know it, everybody in Chicago playing that shit. I'm like, bro. So he was the first nigga since I've been in Texas. Him, Sosa. Honestly, it was just mainly them two that I was fucking with for like a year and a half, bro. I was every day getting in the shower, bro, playing some songs, nigga.
You know, it's crazy. You're not the first. you're not the first person. I remember, even one of my dad's friends, he's a little older, he's friends with a girl, like her husband was military, he moved to Texas like almost 5 years ago, and the first person he listened to was Sauce Walker. He was just like, oh snap, man, like, that's my favorite rapper from Texas, he goes so hard, like, pretty much everything he's saying, bro, like, he's just infectious in the best way possible, bro, like, I think he go hard, like, no cap rap, like, just something really gonna hurt, like, any other coach type shit. And he gonna get everybody, you know,
and it ain't fit the shit show. Niggas been using this slang for like sauce, but it's just like how he sonicate that shit. It's like, yeah, bro, like he got it. Like, yeah, nigga have been saying like in the Midwest or whatever, but like, yeah, that nigga is a sauce guy and shit. And I understand that. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get an interview with him.
That's gonna be a lie. You're gonna get away with that for that. Keep your fucking level. We gonna go screaming in the mic and shit.
That's it. That shit. Turn it up.
I need to definitely check it out. Hey, I'm
it's still boring.
right, bro. No, but tell man, what do you want people to know about you? Like, or what do you want people to get from you? You know what I mean? To end this thing on that.
I guess kind of even going back to what we said earlier, bro. Maybe a slight escapism. You know what I'm saying? Like you can put it on and just feel like you're in a good mood that day. Like you may have had a really hard day, but like that song gets you through. Like it's just you ain't gotta get distracted from the bullshit. You may just got a speeding ticket. You may have to pay a badass bill. But I just want like just good energy. That's the one thing I guess like a good simple explanation. Like just good energy. That's one thing like. Question when people always, not this question, but like when they always ask, like he was stuck on an island, what music you want to listen to, and like I always say like Stevie Wonder, the Eagles, and Michael Jackson, because they don't got no sad songs. I don't want to be depressed when I'm alive, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's one thing I always took, like I always want you to like, you may leave like maybe more like internally thinking about yourself, but never, you know what I'm saying? Like self-reflection, good vibe, good energy, optimism, like that's what I want you to get from my
And now we are to the point where you plug your shit. So tell people whatever, where to go get it, where they can find it, where they find you. You know, your name gonna be on the bottom, but just tell them anyway because they probably want to hear you say it just to make sure I ain't lying to them. So go ahead.
I got you. You can find me on all social media as well. So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Vontay Galaxy. That's VONTAY GALAXY. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on Snapchat at MixKidProbs. You know what I'm saying? You can find me at your bitch crib in her bed. And then actually, once a month, you can find me hosting the Half Baked Comedy Show here in Big J CBD. You know what I'm saying? You can find me all those places. And shit. Yeah, that's where you can find me at.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Once again, shout out Big J CBD Lounge for having us here or allowing us to have our podcast here. It's been a pleasure having you on the show today.
Pleasure y'all having me.
You know what I'm saying?
That was fun.
Safe travels.
I don't know if you ever gonna get on the court with me, but we can always go. It's some cleats and shit in the football, and I'll take your ankles in there too.
Hold up, we ain't not finna take no ankles, and we can go run a couple drills, bro.
Hey, I'm with it, wherever, bro. Like, wherever.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not finna run unless we on the court. So unless I'm on the football field, bro, I'm throwing. That's it, bro.
I think he all-time QB.
All-time quarterback, bro. That's it, bro. I got that arm for you. You know what I'm saying? We don't need nobody else. Just don't drop my passes. You feel me? No, go long, for real.
There ain't gonna be none of that.
Hey, but on the hoop side though, bro, pop up at the crib, nigga. I got the inside door court. You already know what it is. No, but I can throw. You know what I'm saying?
But let your ass up down here, dog.
No, G.
I don't know. See, I was born up there.
I played football 1 year. It just wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? But it did get me, you know what I'm saying, more prepared for basketball. It just got me more conditioned. So by that time, I was really for real. I'll just jump over you, nigga. You wasn't gonna stop me from jumping over you.
Well, I want you to take this with you.
I'm gonna take it.
Don't nobody produce football players like the state of Texas.
That's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying?
I mean?
That's the only thing.
And basketball players.
All right, bro. Let's cut the mic off.
Shout out to Waco.
And field.
I'm gonna turn your mic off,
What
G.
sport do you want?
I'm gonna turn your mic off.
But you can look at any sport in the top 5 of their
Y'all
sport,
tripping.
and that one of their top 5
Best basketball,
Talk your shit, bro.
best basketball
Talk your
players.
shit.
bro.
I ain't even gonna say nothing.
Like top 5.
Hey, KD went to UT.
Talk
Yeah,
your shit.
I was just like,
Either way, even though he's like a neighborhood hopper.
I love Illinois.
Ginobili, Parker.
I was born
You know what
there.
I'm saying? San
I'm not
Antonio.
saying, look, but those are people who went to, like, you know what I'm saying, certain brands. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, like, ain't no great basketball players from Texas, but you're not going to shit on Chicago and New York
What
like
are you
that.
saying?
Fuck it. What? Top 5, you typically gonna get them from, like, Chicago, New York.
What?
Basketball players. Y'all got football, like, dang, no, that's a
Are
no-brainer.
you wilding right now?
Stop comparing the city to the state.
Big facts.
Every time. Now, if it was Houston versus Chicago, maybe. But Texas, all of Texas,
Bruh.
But you can throw a rock down the
Honestly, if I said all of Illinois, it still would be the same difference, you know what I'm saying? Because that's still including Peoria, all the other little cities and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just highlighting Chicago.
You know how good Robert Griffin III was at like everything?
Like,
He was Gatorade's Athlete of the Year 2 times.
a bunch of our
But who is he
hoopers-
playing in Texas?
A bunch of our hoopers go play football, but when they they on the exact same level, they just choose a different sport. And even the ones that make it still make it. Look at the NBA right now. You tell me how many people from Texas in there, and how many from Illinois. Tell me. I wish we could Google it. You know
Google
what?
it.
I swear
Okay,
to
do
God.
it for NFL.
In the NBA right now.
NFL is definitely Texas over everybody. Maybe California, maybe, but that's it. That would be it.
Cali and Florida right there with, in Florida they just fast as shit, bro. In Cali they just got a bunch of just good programs and shit that build great players and shit. But Florida, that speed's stupid down there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's stupid down there.
Yeah, bro. When they fucking one of their drills in Florida is that they get everybody on the line, bro, and they coach, bro, have an AK, and he get to spraying that bitch, and they get to take it
At
off,
school?
bro. Yeah, bro. This one of their
Bullshit.
drills. That's why they so fast, bro. That's one of their drills, bro. They got the AK out there and put everybody on the line, bro.
Stop. That's a joke, bro, right?
Dead ass, no.
It's a joke, though,
Yeah, that's a
right?
joke.
All right, because this is America. Florida, a wild place. A lot of bad shit go on down there, bro. So I don't know. You might be telling the truth. They might be standing behind the witness.
He said they slinging the banger for real. Damn.
Hey, but
And Lamar Jackson from Florida Tech, he got so damn fast.
But you already,
Go.
Your plug real quick. Have you already
Yeah.
did your plug?
Yeah, I already did, man.
You can plug them again one more time.
All right, shout out to,
Plug hour, bro.
you know what I'm
Like,
saying?
You know we plugging.
We plugging again. Hey, shout out, hey, since the nigga talking in the background, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gibbs Management. Shout out to Big J's CBJ Lounge. You know what I'm saying? Shout out King IU In-House Productions. You know what I'm saying? You need some beats, holla at us. Go to the IG page, In-House Productions. You know what I'm saying? IG King IU King _ IU Beats. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it.
Indeed. And that's it, man. We gonna go ahead and call this one a quits. Y'all know me, man. I am your boy, Mansa J. Appreciate y'all once again for joining me. Y'all know, hit the website up, check that out. All episodes, you know, we on YouTube, all that shit. Y'all know, everywhere. Just go find it. Name at the bottom, search us. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. We out. One.